According to the Ministry of Health and Family Welfare norms, the area marked A here falls under which COVID-19 contaminant zone. Okay, so this is a typical contaminated area marking. Okay, they used to do it in Ministry of Health. Whenever the person or cluster of cases they find it in a particular area, they will divide the area into these kind of zones. Okay, the simple question is what are these kind of zones, and in this they specifically asking what is A. Okay, so this is like a recent current scenario question, so there is a possibility that they could ask this question. Okay, so coming into the option, it is buffer zone, containment zone, cluster of case, and perimeter. Guys, if you look at this one, the red color dots, no, these are the cases, like cluster of cases. So B is cluster of cases. Okay, it is B. So A is, by the terminology itself, you will know this. This is the containment zone. This is our answer also. Coming to the C. C is perimeter. You know that, right? Okay. Another one is D. D, they have marked it in blue. Light is blue. This is the buffer zone. Buffer zone is usually like this area is contaminated, but usually around the square meter perimeter they will leave some gap. Depends on the area and congestion. If it's heavily congested area, means they will increase the buffer zone. If it is like residency well gated community, means they will reduce the distance. Okay, so this is the buffer zone. Okay, coming to E, this is the beyond the buffer zone. It is like safe area. We can keep it as a safe area unless otherwise it is covered by other cluster of cases and another circles. Okay, so it is considered beyond the buffer zone. So I think you understand, right? So this is buffer zone, this is perimeter, this is cluster of cases, and A is a containment zone, and this is beyond the buffer zone. Okay, so here our answer is containment zone. Coming into the little details, because it is so recent scenario that COVID is spreading like anything, so they could ask other possible questions also from this one. So containment zone will be defined based on mapping of cases. We know that, right? It's a dispersion of cases and enforceability and well demarcated perimeters. So same thing, like mapping, they have to do the cluster of cases and how it is spreaded, like whether it is spreaded in within a 1 kilometer span or 5 kilometer span. They will do this one. Another one is well demarcated perimeters. They will like buffer zone, this is contaminated zone, and enforceability. Then enforcing the law and local restriction area they will follow. After that, rapid response team like medicos, they will reach the area, and here what they will do active search. In the active search they will do house to house search. Okay, active search is house to house. Passive search means they will wait in the contaminated area. They will ask the patient or those who are suspecting cases to come to them. But it is active search. Here in case, rapid response tool will do active search. They will go to house surveillance. Now, the testing they will do. Another thing, immediately after if they are getting positive or something, they will start tracing the cases. Okay, and then they will ask some volunteer, because even all the medicals are not possible to well versed in the local, so they expected local community volunteers. Another one is extensive interpersonal and community based communication. Like each community and each area will differ based on the language barrier. Community based communication, local barriers will be there, so that any local area should be present, and strict enforcement of social distancing and hand hygiene, wearing of mask and face cover, everything like respiratory hygiene and environmental sanitation, and clinical management of all confirmed cases. Now coming to the key concept of this one, we know this one. This is the cluster of cases, this is contaminant zone, this is buffer zone, this is the perimeter, and this is the beyond buffer zone, right? So this is given here. Now coming back to the question. So here marked A. A is like same in yellowish in color. This is the containment zone. The answer is option